Thank you all very much for coming back. This next interview concerns Betrayal. Now, it's with Chernarus Quarantine Force member Demyan, and we are going to have the interview over in the docks of Cherno. The reason for this is it was the location where the betrayal had occurred. And I'm assuming that he'd left the flare there because it's pretty bright, and a lot of people on the server would be able to see that. It's dawn, so the sun is about to come up, and this is the arranged meet time, and I'm rolling into the arranged meeting place. Of course, with the obligatory, I am the ChernoJourno. And is the case when I'm rolling into any interview place, I'm essentially just hoping that I don't get killed. So I'm just going to roll around, try to find my interviewee. I have assumed at this point that he's the one who's dropped his flare. And a little more riding around. Let's see, he's not here, so maybe we'll be on the charge. You would have noticed when I rolled in that there were Zeds, so that meant someone is here, but there aren't really many Zeds around this area. Demyan, are you here? No dead bodies, no dead Zeds. Could be a trap.
Hello.
Hello. Well, I was scared for a moment, but I figured I wasn't losing blood, so you weren't shooting me. That flare was very good. I saw it from far away. If you want. Okay, well.
So, you're ChernoJourno. I'm surprised. I thought this was going to be an ambush.
Oh no. And we'll just speed it up a little bit from here. So essentially what we've got now is a little bit of Z management. We're just discussing where we're going to go for the interview. We decided on a little red building over there. Got to knock someone off, I get hit, got to get bandaged, and we're just going to jump in and pick up the interview inside the building. Do you want me to start hatcheting some save ammo?
That's fine. If you want to start asking your questions, I'll keep them off the list.
Okay, so
You
Demyan.
can call me Demi for short.
Demi? Alrighty. So, we're here at the docks of Cherno to discuss your first betrayal. You said it occurred in this area, is that correct?
That's correct. It's actually where I dropped the flare that you came to.
And what had happened? You said that there were 5 people involved in this betrayal?
That's correct. We met 2 unknowns who were friendly towards us, and I was with 2 other men of the Chernarus Quarantine Force. One of them was a private named Snowspeckle, the other was a recruit whose name I don't remember. But the 2 that we met, one of their names was Ghosty, who's a woman, and the other was actually wearing a head wrap. I should have known at that point what was going to happen.
And so where did you meet these 2 random players?
I was running through Cherno actually trying to dodge Zed. I had quite a bit of betrayal on me, and I saw a green Skoda on the road with somebody inside of it. And they shouted in direct for me to come in. So I hopped inside, and it was the woman Ghosty that I'd met. And then shortly after, in hopped her friend, the man with the head wrap. I didn't say anything initially because it saved my life. And after that, we proceeded over to another vehicle. I asked them a few questions about what their plan was and where they were heading. They had found a V3S of all things here in Cherno, just about 100 meters down the road east of where we are now. They needed parts, and I offered to help because they saved me. And in doing so, they actually said that if I helped them find the parts for this V3S, that they would give me their Skoda. So of course I contacted my friends who weren't with me at the time, but were meeting me to rendezvous, and said, hey, we can get a vehicle here. And so they both come quickly to help. We find all the parts that they needed for the V3S. Got it fixed up. In doing so, I broke my leg and lost quite a bit of blood. And this man with the head wrap actually gave me a transfusion and gave me morphine. So we all get patched up, and then we head back from the V3S to the Skoda, split up, take both of the vehicles, and we're passing the street down here on the west side when the driver lags out and clips the roadblock, takes off the front wheel and damages the engine back to orange. So we can't go anywhere and we're stuck, and I don't know where our recruit is or where the man with the head wrap is. But it's me and Ghosty and Snowspeckle, and we decided that we have to make a quick decision because we've attracted a lot of attention and we're down at the dock. So we hop to the other side right by those benches, sit down for a moment, talk about what we're going to do. We separate to get parts. I come back with a car wheel, we get the car back up and ready to roll. And I see my recruit friend's name roll up the death list. I asked him how he died. He said he was killed by a bandit. Fortunately, at that point, I had connected the dots that it was the same person. We get set to load back in, and the bandit rolls around the corner by the church. He opens fire, drops not only my friend Snow, but myself with a broken leg. I'm bleeding out. The only reason that I'm still alive is I managed to shoot him with the Lee Enfield, and that was enough to bring him down. Afterwards, it was only me and Ghosty. I asked her as to why I did it, and she said she didn't know. At that point, I decided that it was a very good idea to no longer travel with this group. Give her the extra ammunition that I have for my weapon. She gets in the car and drives off, and I head back into the forest.
And so, Ghosty and the bandit...
Pretty simple, but unfortunately, Ghosty was the woman.
Yeah, no, Ghosty and the bandit, had they been together for a while?
They had been, yeah. She had actually said it was her friend.
But she had no idea why he'd suddenly turned and decided to kill you and your friends.
No, apparently she didn't.
And so when the betrayal had occurred, what were your feelings? What was going through your mind at those moments?
Honestly, nothing was really going through my head except for to kill him. I didn't realize until after I saw his name roll up afterwards that it was the very same person. And I guess after that, the only thing that I felt was guilt and stupidity, because I was responsible for 2 of the men of my unit getting killed.
Betrayal, what are your thoughts in general? Why does the game so often have people help each other for a while and then suddenly someone turns? What do you think makes them do that?
Any number of things. For one, I think that when Dean made this game, he made it as a social experiment, if you will. And people that betray other people, they can do it out of greed, They can do it out of convenience. They can do it out of mistrust or paranoia. They might do it simply because they find that the person that they're traveling with is either dangerous or unreliable, or perhaps that they suspect that they're not what they seem. But I think that ultimately what it boils down to is if somebody decides to betray another person, it's because they care much more about themselves than they do any other person.
Great, thank you.
Alright, I'd love to stay, but with Rogue Bandit on the server and a flare right in front of us,
No,
I think we need to part ways.
X-Val, thank you very much for the interview.
You're very welcome. Have a good one.
So as we parted ways, I did ponder a little bit about the whole Betrayal, because there is something about this game and the fact that you can work with someone for a while and then suddenly they turn. And just like Demi, I really don't know why it happens. I don't understand the mentality of it. It's not something that I personally do, but it is food for thought. This is the Cherno Journo. Out.